Guys, so I'm going to film another reading vlog because I guess I literally can never get enough of these, but I figured I would film a continuing series that I'm in the middle of. Now, I'm usually not a person that is in the middle of many series. Like, most of these are either the last book that I need to be caught up with, or they're from series that I haven't started yet. And I thought it would be fun to include the second book in this video if I read the first one. So, this is going to be the TBR for this video. We have quite a few books to get through. The first one that is definitely going to be finished, I already started this today, and this is the third book in the Daughter of the Pirate King trilogy. So this is the last book that is out right now. Is Vengeance of the Pirate Queen by Tricia Levenseller. So again, 100% this is going to be read because this is what I've been reading for the past 3 days. I'm on page 81. Like, I've been reading the trilogy over the past 3 days, and I already finished the first two books. They're just so good. They're so fast-paced. They're so easy to read. And this was a series I was putting off for a long time. So I was so happy when I finally got to it. I am enjoying this so much. It's just, again, they're so fast-paced. And literally when I started it, I knew I was going to get through this so quickly. And I'm not saying like I have to get through it like so quickly. It's just like they're so fast to read that you literally get through them in like not even 2 days. Like the first one I binged in a day, the second one I finished in 2 days, and this one I'm probably going to finish in like 2 days. So just so good. Really enjoying this. So that is going to be read no matter what, because obviously I'm already reading it. And then the next three are definitely going to be read in this video as well. The next one I did actually include in a mood reading vlog, but now I'm just going to include it in this one because I haven't read it yet. And this will be the last book that I need to read to be caught up with this series entirely. And this is also a 2024 release, and that is Games Untold by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. So I'm probably going to go into this one very soon, like after I read like one mood read next week, because I really want to read Catherine Zenter's How to Walk Away. I just really want to read another one of her books. I'm in the mood for it. But this one is definitely going to be read as well because this is, like I said, the last and final book that is out in the Inheritance Games series. And this is the last book that I would need to read to be caught up with the series entirely. So that would be great. So I'm definitely reading this. It's just a collection of short stories from the main character Avery and the Hawthorne boys. So they're just a fast-paced, fun, good time. And then the next one I did include in my mood reading vlog along with Games Untold, but I'm going to include it in this because I keep on putting this book on constant TBRs. But this is definitely going to be read this month because I want to read The Wedding Witch the week of Christmas. And that is The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. This is the second book in the X-Hex series. I don't know how many times I need to say this, and I don't know why. I just have like no inspiration to pick this up, but it's going to be read next week along with Games Untold, so this has to be read in this video. So we are going to be continuing that series with this one, and this is the second book. The Wedding Witch just came out, and that's also another 2024 release, and that one is more Christmas themed. This one's more witchy, so definitely reading this in this video as well. And then the next one, I don't know if I'm going to get to this, but I kind of want to because this is the second book in the Thursday Murder Club series by Richard Osman, and it's called The Man Who Died Twice. I read the first book back in November, The Thursday Murder Club. That's like pretty much his biggest book, and I loved it so much. I gave it 5 stars that I really do want to continue the series. It was a series that I wasn't really that upset about like being in the middle of because like I said, I was going to read these like once a month. So since it's December now and I kind of would want to read a cozy mystery a cozy murder mystery before the year is over because I really have not read any besides this series. So yeah, I think I'm definitely going to read this most likely. I say that with everything, but all of these books that I'm mentioning should be read in this video. I mean, that's the whole point. So that's going to be this one. And then the last two This one I'm probably definitely going to get to, and I don't know about the second one because they're both the second book in these series that I haven't started yet, because I literally just picked out the first book of this in my first reading book scavenger hunt video. I've been wanting to film one of those for so long. And the second book is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, and this is the second book in the Six of Crows duology. And I did put this on my TBR for the month, so if I read the Six of Crows book for that scavenger hunt video, I thought this would be perfect to include in this video, so then I have to hold myself accountable and read both books. I just know that these books are going to take quite a bit of time. And then also, I still haven't gotten to The Nightingale either. But like I said, I was either going to read Belladonna or I was going to read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. And originally, I had put all three on my TBR, including Daughter of the Pirate King. So I had Daughter of the Pirate King, Six of Crows, and Belladonna. But I have to kind of pick and choose which ones I'm going to have time for. But this is only 2 books. But this is longer than the first one. But honestly, I've been wanting to read these for so long, and again, I think this would be perfect for this video, so we will see if we get to it, because like I said, I have to read Six of Crows for that video, and then I would feel so accomplished reading both of these books. So we will see about that one. And then the last one is the second book in the Belladonna series, and then that would be continuing series I'm in the middle of, just because I haven't started them yet. Doesn't mean I don't have to read the second book in this. So this is Foxglove by Adalyn Grace. And like I said, it's the second book in the Belladonna trilogy. And I think I've talked about these books so many times. I love the hot pink sprayed edges. And this also won second place on my Goodreads poll. So I did post a Goodreads poll a couple of weeks ago saying which series do I have to get to before the year is over. And Six of Crows won. So I'm I feel more obligated to read that. And then Belladonna was in second place. Six of Crows only won by 1 vote. But then I decided to read Daughter of the Pirate King. Daughter of the Pirate King was 3 with 5 votes. And then Belladonna was 6. And then Six of Crows was 7. So it's not like they were really far behind each other. They were pretty much almost tied. But I really wanted to get to the Daughter of the Pirate King trilogy because I was putting that one off the most. I had put it on probably 3 TBRs that I still hadn't gotten to it yet. And then I finally did, and I'm loving it. So I'm not sure if we're going to get to this. I might just end up reading series this, next couple of weeks. And honestly, that would not be the worst thing, because also if I do read Belladonna and Six of Crows, then also the Ex-Hex series will be another complete series this month as well. But I don't really count that because romance series are just so easy and so fast-paced. But then I would technically be reading 4 series this month, and honestly, that would make me feel really good because I've been putting off these series for so long to read standalone books. But I do have a good 2 weeks before Christmas to read these books, because during Christmas all I'm going to want to read is Christmas books. So I have the 7th all the way up until the 23rd. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 days until I have to read Christmas books. So Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom and then the Belladonna trilogy would be 5 books already. And then the other 3 books would be 8. Yeah. That would be 8 books, which would take me to Christmas. And then I did want to read How to Walk Away. So, yeah, we're going to see. We're going to see if I get to all of them. But I think I'm definitely going to read the first book in Belladonna because it's a Kindle read. And I do want to get at least 1 Kindle read in before Christmas. Because like I said, I don't really have that many Kindle reads this month. This month I was concentrating on my physical TBR very strictly. Because I want to get a bunch of physical books read. And also I've been having such a good time reading physical books lately. I haven't really been wanting to read on Kindle. So we'll see what we get to, but I will check in when I finish Vengeance of the Pirate Queen, right? Yes, Pirate Queen. Bye. Okay, so hey guys, so I finished it. I finished Vengeance of the Pirate Queen by Trisha Levenseller. So I finished the trilogy, or the current book that came out last year. Because it's not really technically a trilogy. This is technically a standalone book from another character's point of view. The first two books are Daughter of the Pirate King and Daughter of the Siren Queen. That is the original duology that takes place from Alosa's perspective, and she is the daughter of the Pirate King and the Siren Queen. So, and those were so good, and this one was great as well. I'm going to give this one the same rating that I gave the first two, which is a 4.25 out of 5 stars. None of them were like my absolute favorites, but they were fun, they were fast paced, they were just a great time, and I just had so much fun reading these. I am on such a high right now because I finally finished this series or trilogy, and it's been on my TBR for months, and I'm just so happy that I finally finished these. So like I said, I am so happy with my reading journey this month. I really have actually been reading some really great books this month. Like I said, I started off the month with 3 5 stars, which was like the most that I had in the beginning of a month in like a long time. And then this trilogy was just, it was so much fun. But this does take place from Alosa's first mate's perspective, which is Sorinda. She's on the cover. And basically she has to go on like her own quest with her own crew, because Alosa makes her the captain of her own crew because she's Alosa's first mate. And she basically has to go into like the dangers of the ocean and stuff, and like things happen. And yeah, it was great. I really, really liked it. I really enjoyed this world. I really enjoy these characters. These are so, there's not like anyone you're like super obsessed with. I again feel like I was, even though I like Cruel Prince a little bit more than this trilogy, because I think that these, but I don't think Trisha Levenseller's writing is as good as Holly Black's, but her writing is incredibly fast paced, incredibly easy to read, incredibly easy to get into. I mean, it is a YA series, so, but I cannot believe I finished all 3 books in 5 days. I cannot believe I put off this series for so long. I'm so happy I finally got to it and I read it, and it's just so satisfying to finish a series at least before the year is over. Because I hadn't read a series since Carvel. And I'm like, I need to change that. And I had 4 series on my TBR this month, including the other 2 books in the X-Hex series, Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, and Belladonna. And literally there's a blurb from the author of Belladonna on the back of this book. It says, another action-packed adventure from the Pirate Queen herself. And it says Adeline Grace, the author of Belladonna. And I'm dying to get to Belladonna as well. But I'm just so happy I finished this. Again, I'm on such a high. I'm not going to read anything else right now because, like, I was slowing down a little bit at the end, but I can't believe I finished it. I had a little bit more reading time tonight than I thought. And then I had read like 50-ish or so pages earlier, and then I had like 70 pages left, and I just banged those out. And just, I highly recommend this trilogy if you're in a reading slump. These, I don't know why people knock YA. Sometimes YA books are better than adult books, but these were good. It's not anything I'm like too obsessed with, but again, you just read to have fun and to have a good time. And I want to read something fast. I wanted something fast paced with good writing, and that's exactly what this trilogy is. So I adored it. It was so good. Um, I am not going to continue another series at the current moment because I'm going to read a little palette cleanser, and I kind of want to read another romance. So I'm going to go into another Catherine Center book that's been on my TBR for like months, at least on two TBRs before this. And that's How to Walk Away by Catherine Center. I'm going to read that because I was like, I am so in the mood to read that after this. And I know Catherine Center is a reliable author, and I just want to keep this pretty great reading month going. And I think all the books I'm going to read are probably going to be 4 stars or more. So I'm really excited. That's why, like, I really could not wait. And I can't believe I finished my 6th book this month already. Granted, I did finish an audiobook, but I literally read 5 books already, and it's only December 9th. I'm trying to get through it, but also, like, because when you have a good reading month, or when you're having a fucking great reading month, all you want to do is read. So, because it really does motivate you to read more if you're reading good to great books. So, yeah, that's it. I will let you know the series that I go into next. It's probably going to be Games Untold or Crooked Kingdom because I don't know which one of those I'm going to read this week after How to Walk Away. I'm kind of wanting to go into The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna because I've been putting off that book for so long. So I'm just trying to read books that I've been putting off for a while. And like I said, like when you actually pick them up, they're just so good. There's just so many unread books, and I want to read all the time, every day, all day. So that's it. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna watch some YouTube now. I'm watching Queen Larry, the Queen of BookTube. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey guys. So I think when I was making the intro to me starting this book, I was still reading Belladonna, but I finished Belladonna last night already. And I started Foxglove today, and I just decided to continue this series because it's so fun. It's not like the best series of all time, but damn, these are so bingeable, so much fun, and just so addicting. Like, it's like a gothic romance murder mystery, and it's just so much fun. I'm having such a good time. I gave the first book 4.5 stars, and now I'm over halfway into the second book. And this one's I'm on page I'm on page 271. And this book is, I think, 430 something pages. Maybe like 440 or something. So, yeah, I'm pretty much over halfway through. I think I have like 180 pages left. But it I can't believe how fast I'm getting through this, and I should finish another series by exactly halfway through the month. Like, what? And I started Belladonna at the nail salon, and then I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to put this down. And then I finished it already yesterday. And then this I just am loving. And basically it's about a girl named Signa. And basically she's the only person that can see death. Like, she's always had this relationship with death for some reason. She hasn't really been ever able to explain why, but she also has like this resistance to the poison belladonna. But so she's sent to like her aunt's mansion, and basically she's sent to live at the Hawthorne residence, where she stays with like her aunt and her cousins, and one of her cousins is named Blythe, and Blythe is like deathly ill, and everybody thinks it's like a sickness, but lo and behold, she's just being poisoned by this belladonna berry that Cigna finds out, and basically um, she um, kind of struggles with her relationship with death, but then they end up developing a romance, even though before this she hated death because she felt that death was surrounding her with everything. So that's basically what happens in the first book, and then the second book, at the end of the first book, basically it now introduces not it's not Death's story. I mean, still she's balancing the characters so well in the second book, but um like you don't get confused, and there's only like a few main characters, but like she doesn't like distract you with like too many characters. You just like concentrate on like five characters, and it's just so good. Um so at the end of the first book they introduce Fate, and now this is Fate's story of finding his love, but it's not like concentrating too much on him, but like the parts that we get from Fate is just so much fun because like it's not taking away from Cigna's and Death's romance still. We're still getting that. But then also we are getting more of Blythe's story. If you don't want to, have any spoilers and just skip ahead for like a minute. I mean, it is the second book in the series, so I'm gonna spoil just a little bit. But Blythe um now can live her life again because she was obviously cured in the first book. If you've read the first book, and now, we are getting, Blythe being able to live her life, and Cigna and Blythe are summoned to go to Fate's mansion, and Fate is basically like disguising himself as being a prince. And they both go to his mansion because Fate thinks that Cigna is more than she seems, because even though she's like pretty much Death's soulmate because she's the only person that could ever see Death, but she never knew why. There's like so much that happens in the second book that explains even more so. Because, like, in the first book, kind of like a bit of the murder mystery stuff was a bit predictable. But then in the last like 50 or so, like 80 or so pages of the first book, like so much more happens, but then it's like another character that you kind of figured out it was going to be. But then another murder happens at the end of the first book, and then she has to find out who murdered that person in this book. So, but I kind of feel like we're not getting enough of their investigating in this one. That I think that's the only thing that I need a little bit more of in this one. But other than that, but I'm sure it's gonna come together. Like a lot of shit is gonna go down, I'm sure, in the last like 100 pages. So I'm just super excited. But like a lot of people have compared this to like Bridgerton meets like Gothic vibes, and I would definitely compare it to the vibes of that. But also, this is not as like super smutty as Bridgerton is. This is upper YA. Um, and I guess I don't know why I'm like so into YA books right now, but like I guess because as like a 36-year-old adult, I'm like making up for lost time of like how many books that I've never read before. I didn't read any of these books when I was younger, but also these books only came out in 2022. The Belladonna came out in 2022. This one came out in 2023, and Wisteria came out in August. So it's still pretty new series. So I'm just jumping on the bandwagon now and I love it. I'm eating it up. I could not believe how bingeable these books are. I mean, they're not very long. They're only like 400 pages each, but I just feel like there's no time passing like because it's just going. So like um it doesn't feel like 400 pages. It's just so much fun. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I will check back in when I finish it, but I just wanted to update you guys where I was at. And then honestly, I think after I finish Wisteria, um I don't know if I said this already, but next week I am just going to do a full week of mood reading. But that also means I have to catch up with two series next week. And I'm still going to read Games Untold and The Kiss Curse next week, but I'm also going to read two other books that I really want to read next week because then the week after that is Christmas books. So next week is like the last week that I have where I can mood read, and then we got to do the Christmas books, and then basically after the Christmas books, I have like 3 days left in the entire year. And I'm really kind of struggling as to what book I want to choose to finish the year off. I don't think I'm going to get to The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman or Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. But I got to most of the books already that I said I was going to read in this video because I'm like I said I'm still going to read The Kiss Curse and Games Untold, but I'm not going to get to the other two books. So that would have been like 6 books that I would have had to read for this video, and that's kind of a lot. So yeah, I will check back in when I finish Foxglove, because then I'm just going to read Wisteria after that. So obviously I would have to complete the trilogy, because I have to know what happens. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey guys. So I finished Foxglove by Adeline Grace. Finished it already. I finished it before 11 o'clock tonight. Because before work, I got pretty far into it. Because I had listened to like 60 pages. Well, I was up to like page 355 before I got ready for work, and then I listened to like 40 pages of it. And then I listened to like another 2 chapters at home, and then I just finished the last like 25 pages. And it was really good. I gave it I think I'm going to give it another 4.5 stars out of 5, which is really good. Um I'm just really enjoying this series. I'm having a great time with it. So basically in this one, none of them have been 5 stars yet, but I actually felt like a bigger high finishing the first one than I did with this one, but this one was still just as good. I just felt like there was one thing that we didn't get an answer about, but I'm sure we probably will in the third book, of who was poisoning people. Not that we didn't get some answers in this book, which we did. But also basically, Signa is sent away from Hawthorne Manor, and she has to go back home to her manor, or like her house called Foxglove. And we also find out in the first book what had happened to Signa's parents. And they actually, both passed away. So she is banished back to Foxglove. She has to leave Hawthorne Manor because, like, she does something that betrays, like, Blythe's trust in Signa. So, she's sent away, and Foxglove is still just as haunted, if not more haunted, with spirits and ghosts, like Hawthorne Manor was with Blythe's mother, Lillian. So basically she's able to commune with the dead still, and there's just some really funny interactions of Signa um communing with the ghost. They're just really funny. But she didn't want to leave Hawthorne Manor because she felt obligated to protect Blythe because she saved her in the first book. And it's basically about, Fate toying with Signa because Fate actually thinks that she's someone else that he used to love. And he, all he does is make bargains and deals with people in order to get what he wants. And basically, the only way that Fate would help Blythe save her father was if Signa married Fate. So that's basically what it's about. And then since Fate hates death, he just didn't want Death to be happy with Signa. He would do everything in his power to take her away. And Signa and Death are struggling to find some sort of loophole to not have to marry, for Signa to not have to marry Fate. So it's just really, really good. That's not too spoilery. I'm hoping if you've read the first book, then you would know, and I think that you wouldn't watch this video if you hadn't read these books before. But I'm just having such a good time with this, regardless if they're not like my favorite books ever. They're just so much fun, and I think that I like this series even more so than Daughter of the Pirate King, because I think it's a little bit more layered. So yeah, and also this book is beautiful. Like, are you kidding me? And I'm just so happy that I'm reading a series, and like I said, after I finally pick up series again, it makes me realize like how much I miss binging series. So I don't know if I'm gonna include my thoughts on the third book in this video, but I am going to jump into the third one like tonight, it's called Wisteria. I got this one from Target. I just can't believe how fast I've went through this series already. I've finished 2 books in like 3.5 days. So, and also all the books are included in Spotify Premium, so I've been listening to them while I'm getting ready, so that's been even more of a help. But I just wanted to show you guys how beautiful this book is. Like, these are the end papers, and then this is the inside. And it said that the wisteria vine is a symbol of immortality. And then on the back, there's like more beautiful art. It's just like, and this is the regular Target edition of the hardback. And now it's like the same thing as Daughter of the Pirate King. I have the first 2 books both in paperback, but they're both different covers and editions. And then with this, I have both the first 2 books in paperback. And then the third book of each series, I have the hardbacks. But of Daughter of the Pirate King, the edges are sprayed. With this one, it's not. Just the hardcover is beautiful. So, but I think that these covers are some of the most stunning covers I own. And it just makes me happy when I finish these books. It's like, it makes you want... Don't tell me... Like I've said, so many people have said this. But don't tell me that you don't judge a book by its cover. Because we are way more attracted to books that have beautiful covers. Like... Everything's about the cover. Like, doesn't this make you want to buy this and read it with, like, the font and the florally beautiful, design on it and the beautiful covers of the female images? Like, it's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. So I'm so excited to jump into this. But I think like I said, we're only going to have time to continue 2 more series in this vlog, which is still really good. Like I said, I'm going to read Games Untold and The Kiss Curse. So then we're going to be caught up with the Inheritance games and caught up with the Ex-Hex, which I'm also going to be finishing the Ex-Hex series after The Kiss Curse and read The Wedding Witch right after that. But that's just a silly Christmas book. So yeah, I'm excited that I will now be... But I'm finishing this series before I finish those 2. But honestly, it's fine. Like I said, I wanted to read series earlier in the month, which was a lot better because, like I said, then I wouldn't stress about not reading series or not getting to them after Christmas or like next week. It just was so much better that I binged 2 series the first 2 weeks of December. I don't know why I didn't read any more series before this, but yeah, I've been enjoying them. So yeah, yeah, that's it. Bye, if I could speak. So I will check in when I start Games Untold or The Kiss Curse. So bye. Okay, so hey guys, maybe I should brighten this a little. You still can't really see me, but it doesn't really freaking matter. Okay, that's a little better. So I am continuing filming this, continuing series that I'm in the middle of. It actually has been like, probably like a week and a half since I've picked up another book that's part of a series because I finished the Belladonna trilogy. Like after I finished Foxglove, I obviously just went right into Wisteria. And then after that, I read a couple of Christmas books. And then, I also read, a romantasy that was on my list for a while that I absolutely loved. And then I read another Christmas book like yesterday. I literally finished it in like one night. So now I am on The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. So like I said, this is the second book in the XX series. I finally picked this book up and I'm reading it. I'm on page 103. So I did just start it at like maybe like 2 o'clock today because I got up pretty late because I'm honestly being lazy as hell today because I have a really busy week after today. My mom just got home from work, but I just wanted to give a quick update on what's going on in the book so far. I think it's good and it's well paced and it's like really easy to read. And it's really easy to read fast because, like, again, I'm already on page 103. I mean, these books are so short anyway. I'm hoping to get through, like, halfway today because I'm not gonna, like, binge the whole book today. Because, like, I can do that with, like, Kindle reads now. Or, like, I just read a novella last night and I finished it literally this morning. But with this, basically, it's about Gwen and, the guy's name is Wells. I'm not going to pronounce like the way that you're supposed to say his name because I literally can't. I don't know what origin that name is, but basically Gwen is like I believe the cousin of the main character in the first book, and Reese is now married to her cousin because Reese was also the love interest in the first book. And basically, Wells has to come to this town to help, get more of a business there because he wants to go to visit Reese and to like open a business there because his business in Wales is failing because like his bar is just like nobody goes there. So he decides to open like a store across the street from Gwen selling like the same things that she does. And basically there's just like a rivalry between them and now they're kissing already. And I'm just like, there wasn't really that much tension between them before this. So there wasn't really that much of a buildup. And I'm glad that we already got to the romance because like usually for me, especially in a short romance book, if we're not getting to romance by like page 100, then I'm like, okay, like when is the romance gonna happen, or at least like halfway through, because like again, what is the point of reading a short romance book if we're not getting to the romance by at least a third of the way into the book? So basically they're just kissing now because they're under like this love spell, I guess, or love potion, but I'm just like a little bored with their romance, but there are some really funny parts in this. And again, it's entertaining. I think like so far, this might just be like a 3-star, like a 3.5, but I don't think I'm going to probably rate it any higher than that. There is like a bit of a mystery plot going on as well. So, that'll be fun to read about. But also, they are mentioning Halloween in this. But I just didn't get a chance to get around to this during Halloween. But I had to read this before I read The Wedding Witch because I want to read The Wedding Witch for Christmas. So, this was just a perfect, fast, quick-paced read before I had to read 2 more Christmas books, and they're all like super short books. So like I'm just all about super short books right now. And this is like my 17th book that I've read this month. Like I am not playing by the end of the year. My goal was to read 20 books, and I think I'm going to hit that because I should be able to read at least 3 to 4 more books this week, and this is like the last full week of the year. So I'm on my A game right now. So yeah, I will check back in with you guys when I finish it. I just wanted to tell you guys that I started it. So bye for now. Okay, so hey there guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that I did finish The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. I literally just finished it right now. It only took me like a day and a half to read this. I started it yesterday around like maybe 1 or 2 o'clock, and I just finished it now. So I read it in the course of probably like 24 hours, but I made it up to like page 195 yesterday. I just didn't feel like reading more after that. I was trying to get up to page 200, but I was like falling asleep. And then I just banged out the last like 105 pages right now. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't like as good as the first one. And I kind of understand why people say this one isn't as good as the first one, because it's not. But it had its moments. Like, it was still fun. It was still entertaining. There were some parts that I was a little bit bored, though. And I didn't really feel the suspense in this one as much as I felt it in the first one. Like, the first one was just a better balance of, the Halloween plot and stuff. I mean, I know I'm reading a Halloween book in December, but the Halloween theme in this was not as strong as the first one, so it wasn't really as big of a deal. They just kind of mentioned it a few times. They didn't actually celebrate Halloween in this book. I do think there was a bit of loose ends that they could have tied up a little bit more, like with Morgan's character at the end. Maybe it could have been like, there could have been like maybe like a 10-page epilogue at the end. It could have been like maybe 315 pages instead of 305. Like, it still would have been short and sweet, and I feel like it just would have made the plot a little bit better. But the plot was actually pretty good in this, but the thing that I didn't really jive with was that the romance between Gwen and Wells was just a little bit like, people say that these books are pretty insta-lovey, and I kind of felt like that. I felt like there wasn't really, like I said before, when I first checked in, when I was reading it, like at page like 102 or something, I said that I hadn't really felt the chemistry between the two of them that much. It kind of just like jumped right into like them, like, being affectionate towards each other, and then getting smutty, and then they fell in love. So it's like, that wasn't my favorite, but their banter was pretty funny, and it was less cheesy than like the Christmas Tree Farm. So I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was a fast-paced, quick read. It's probably going to be like maybe my least favorite book in this video, but honestly, like, I don't regret reading it. It was fun. I finally got to it. I should have gotten to this last month, so I could have read like You With a View right now, so I could have checked that off my list, and then I wouldn't have been as overwhelmed to get to like the last five physical books that I want to get to before the year is over. It doesn't sound like a lot, but I feel like it is when like I don't know how much reading time I'm going to have after like now until Christmas. But I finished it, and it was fun. I'm going to jump into Games Untold right after Christmas, so I will be reading that book then. Or I'm just going to read The Nightingale. I'm not really sure yet, but I do want to read Games Untold because that won't take me very long. But now I'm going to jump into The Wedding Witch by Erin Sterling. I'm not going to read right now because, like, I'm kind of sick of reading right now. Like, I have been reading, like, so much the past few days. I don't really feel like picking up a physical book right now. Um, and also I have, like, a couple of hours before I have to work. I don't have to work till 6 o'clock tonight. So, yeah, I liked it. It was cute. And like I said, it wasn't a bad time or anything. I just didn't really feel the chemistry between the two of them. I definitely liked this book. It kind of reminded me of like primetime romance, but I do feel like she kept up the romance a bit better. I do enjoy her writing. I think it's fun. Um and this was the witchy series that I ended up getting to over A Demon's Guide to Wooing a Witch. Like I knew I wasn't going to have time to probably get to both of them this year, but at least I'm finishing off another series with The Wedding Witch. So, yeah, I'm glad to be caught up with this, and then we're going to jump into the Christmas book. That's like literally the only reason why I needed to pick up this book right now. Like, why am I spitting? But I think, like I said before, I think Games Untold is going to be the last book in this video, because I would like to get this video up before the year is over. I don't know if I'm just going to end up reading The Man Who Died Twice and You with a View and finish off the month with The Tainted Cup, because I don't know if those would be faster, but that would be 4 books in like 6 days. And if I wasn't going out on New Year's, it probably would be doable. And then also I could put that book in this video, but I don't think I'm going to get to it before the month is over and before the year is over, which is not a huge deal. I'll just continue the series in January, but I probably would like to film more of these. And also, like, the 2 Christmas books, like I said, that I'm reading is finishing off a series and also finishing off another series, which is Caraval. So I'm already doing that. And then with Games Untold, like I said, I'm going to be all caught up with the Inheritance Game series. I don't know if there's going to be any other books in that series, because Jennifer Lynn Barnes had started her spin-off duology with The Grandest Game. And honestly, that was one of the worst books I read this year. I might film a disappointing reads of 2024. I kind of want to do that. I just finished filming the 2025 series that I would like to read in 2025. Like, all the series I would like to get to in 2025 doesn't mean they necessarily are coming out next year. These are like all series that are like either ongoing or are complete. So yeah, that is really it. And I will check in with you guys when I start Games Untold. But with The Grandest Game, the second book in that comes out like next July. But after Games Untold, I don't know if I'm going to continue that duology, just because I really did not care about The Grandest Game that much. The only reason why I finished that book was because it was a book that I was like halfway through by the end of that month. I think it was August. And then I just finished it off before August was over, because it was easier just to do that the last 2 days of August than like pick up a whole new book when I was already halfway through that one. But I don't know if I'm going to continue it, but I think that's why it's taking me a while to pick up Games Untold. But I heard that this one is good, so I am going to read it. I've seen some reviews on Goodreads that they've been giving it like a 3.5 or like a 4 star. So I'm like, okay, I could do that. So yeah, that's it. I will check in when I start it. Bye. Okay, so hey guys. So I decided to pick up the next book that I'm going to read in this continuing series I'm in the middle of. I did say I was going to read Games Untold, but I still have not picked up that book. I mean, I think I'm just going to read it in 2025, like one of the first books that I read in 2025. I don't know. It's just like, I feel like I've just not been inspired to get back into the Inheritance Games world. I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know. maybe I just like outgrown it a little bit. I mean, they're not really juvenile though. As soon as you start reading them, they're actually really good. But after I read The Grandest Game, I don't know, it's just been taking me a while to pick it up. But I will read it in January. I just ended up picking up something else because I did tell you guys I would potentially pick up this series in this video. And I did put it on this TBR of potentially being the second book being in this video. And the next book we're going to go into is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, because I did finish Six of Crows earlier today, and I did start this book literally like an hour ago. I'm only like 45 pages in, but I just wanted to make a check-in that I started it. I absolutely loved Six of Crows. I gave it a 5 stars. I just was obsessed with it. So I immediately wanted to pick up the second book. So far nothing has really happened yet, but there literally a heist has already like been pulled on this big like crime lord, basically. I guess that's what he's called. But I was just so blown away about how well written the first book was. I mean, it's just, I wasn't reading like the greatest writing with the last book that I read, that I was like, I just need something that's gonna like keep me enthralled, that's like nonstop action, that's like a little bit of fantasy with an amazing cast of characters. And I loved it so much. So I was like, I have to go into the second book. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this before New Year's Eve. Wait for me to pick up the biggest book that I had on my TBR on literally the last 3 days of the entire year. I'm like, yeah, let me pick up a 536 page book. But honestly, these read really fast. So I'm hoping to be up to, because I'm probably going to make another check-in when I'm up to like I think this is part 4, I guess. Because part 3 ends, part 3 starts at 148, and I'm hoping to be up to part 3 by like tomorrow afternoon. That would only be page 150. And then part 4, well, no. Yeah, part 4 starts at like 264 or something like that. So it is a chonker, or 265. So I'm going to try and get up to at least page like 250 or something tomorrow, because I will have a lot of reading time once I get home from my boyfriend's house. I'm going to try and get, obviously get up to page 100 before I see him. I'm going to read for like the next hour right now, because that's all I want to do right now. It's already like 1:55 in the morning, so that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to try and get up to page 100 tonight. I think I can do it. But I can't wait. I'm so excited. I really have just been enjoying this duology so much. I think I want more, so I am really wanting to go into King of Scars and Rule of Wolves sometime in January. I already bought the books today. But most people say that you have to go into the Shadow and Bone trilogy before you read King of Scars, but they say that you can read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom as standalones. So that's what I was doing, because I've heard that I've heard that the Shadow and Bone trilogy is not that good. I've heard that, some people struggle to get into it and they DNF it. And people say that the Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom duology is just so much better. So that's why I just decided I wanted to just read these two. And then I really did want to go into the King of Scars duology after that. So I picked them up. I've heard mixed things, but at the same time, I think I'm still really going to like them. They're, I think, just as long as Crooked Kingdom, so they're still chonkers. but I'm thinking about going into those in January. So I'm going to read. So excited. And I will check back in with you guys when I have a halfway update. But also, I'm not sure how many more books that I'm going to read in this video that are like series I'm in the middle of. Like the only other two I would have now. I actually did a pretty good job of keeping up, because like for me, like I've said before, I have to go immediately into the next book unless it's not like absolutely essential for me. Like I only have like 3 other series that I'm in the middle of, which is the Inheritance Games, which with Games Untold, The Man Who Died Twice, which is Thursday Murder Club series. I read the first book back in November. Really loved it, so I really do want to get to the second one at some point. And then the only other one is Go Hex Yourself, which is a Halloween witchy romance. So, I haven't picked up the second one because I'm probably not even going to read that until next Halloween. So yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hey guys. So I wanted to give you guys an update on where I'm at in Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo, the second book in the Six of Crows duology. I'm actually officially halfway through now. I'm actually reading both of these books completely physically. I don't have the audiobooks, and I'm like so mad that I don't, because I wanted to completely immerse myself in these 2 books, but I don't have any Audible credits left, and literally I'm not going to get my Audible credit for this month until probably tomorrow. It's so annoying with Audible where they say your credit is available on the 30th of each month, and it's the 30th today, but I have to wait until they bill me for the month in order to get my credit. So sometimes that doesn't go through until like the last day of the month, which is tomorrow. But I'm hoping that I can do that, but at the same time, it would be stupid for me to do that, because then I won't be able to get to use another Audible credit for the entire month. But also I could just return it, I think. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to finish it on the audiobook. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try and finish it here. So anyway, I'm officially halfway through. I'm on part 4, I believe. Yeah, I'm on part 4. So I got through the first, I think I just got through part 3 yesterday. I did finish part 2 yesterday. I'm lying. So I got through all of part 3 yesterday, and that was, I think that was like 120 pages. So that's mostly what I read. Yeah, I just read part 3 when I came home. So that was like 120 pages. So that was a lot. And then before I left, I read like 150 pages. So 150 pages. I read 50 pages before I left to go to my boyfriend's house, because I started it, I think it was Saturday night, and I got to page 90 or like 92 or something. And then yesterday I got all the way up to page 265. So that's like 170 pages. So that's pretty good. So far, I'm not really as in love with this one as I was about Six of Crows. Like Six of Crows, the entire time I just was on such a high on like how incredibly written it was, and how much I fell in love with the characters, and how much I loved the story. But with this one, I feel like this is a bit of a slower build-up. But I feel like once we do get things picked up, like I think part 5 is gonna blow me away, and then part 6 is probably gonna shatter me. So, well, we're on part 4 right now, so I am hoping to get up to part 5 before work today. So I don't think that's that far away. I think it's page 3. Yeah, I could probably do that. So it would be page 336. So that's only like 80 pages. So I should get well into hopefully part 5 before work. Maybe like I'm wanting to read at least 100 pages before work. So that'd be like 350, but we're going to try and read even more than that. I do have a solid 2 hours before I have to go to work. well, before I have to get ready for work. So we're just going to read all the way up until I have to go to work later. We finally got like some kind of flashback about one of the characters and like kind of like his mother's backstory. So that was really like the memories that these characters have are very sad, but at the same time, it's not like I always refer everything to Heartless Hunter because Heartless Hunter was literally the most annoying, disappointing book or one of the most disappointing books for me this year. I'm hoping to film a most disappointing books of 2024 because originally I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to, but I really do want to rant about my most disappointing reads. I just don't know when I'm going to have the time because I started filming, 2025 releases, and I've only filmed like the first half of that video. I still have to finish filming that, and I do want to post that very soon. But there's still like other videos that I would like to film, like most disappointing reads, and then I'm gonna have to film my January TBR, which I still haven't filmed yet. I'm probably gonna film that tonight after I get home. Or I'm gonna try to. It's just that this book has been like consuming me to try and finish before the year is over. I only have 2 more days now. So I have to get a significant chunk of reading done today because this is the most reading time that I have until New Year's Eve tomorrow. So I'm going to get over page 400 at least in this. I want to get up to at least, what is part 6? I'm going to try and get up to part 6 today. That's almost 200 pages. It's like 180 pages or something. And then I would just have the last part to finish tomorrow, and that would be like 90 pages. So I'm hoping that that's what I can do. I think I can do it. Because I have to make the gingerbread loaf tonight because I'm going out to see my friends tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to see my boyfriend during the day tomorrow because it is New Year's Eve and I do have a lot to do, and I would much rather just finish this book instead of see him because I just saw him yesterday, and I'm going to see him like at least 2 days in a row after New Year's Eve. So yeah, and I don't know if I'm going to stay home New Year's Day because I'm going to be like so tired, and all I'm going to want to do is start reading the book that I plan to read as my first book in January. So yeah, I'm probably going to try and film my TBR tonight because I would like to get that up. But I also have another video where I'm talking about all the series that I want to read in 2025. So I do want to post that because I filmed that like a couple of weeks ago. So I'll probably edit that later. But it depends on what I can get done later. But I was planning on making the gingerbread loaf tonight after I got home from work. I just have to get gas, and then I was just going to make it as soon as I got home. Because then I don't have to make it tomorrow then. And I probably would not have time tomorrow if I decided to go see my boyfriend because I'm bringing the loaf to my friends for New Year's Eve. I also have to pick up drinks for myself, but I'm probably not going to do that until I go to like probably when I'm on my way to them. I'm probably just gonna pick up like alcohol like on the way there because I kind of want to go to like a supermarket to get something. But anyway, why am I going so off tangent? I'm trying to finish this. But I feel like like I said, all the slow buildup is worth it with this book. I know it's going to be an incredible payoff. I just have a feeling because Leigh Bardugo is just so good at building up characters and tension, and like there is still some action going on. Like at the end of part 2 was kind of crazy, and part 3 was a bit slower, and then part 3 ends with the flashback about the character. That's what I really loved about the first book, is that she balanced present day and the flashbacks like perfectly with the characters, but there also was a lot more flashbacks in Six of Crows. So I was like eating up all the characters' backstory. Oh, what I was saying about Heartless Hunter is that the reason why, and I'm going to talk about that in my most disappointing reads of 2024, is that I felt like the characters were just like such a sob story that like I just got so bored with all of like the problems between them because I felt like it was just too much that they were talking about. Like, I had such a terrible childhood and blah blah blah. But like with this, like I feel like, you know, all these characters come together because they are a gang, like, and they are like all, you know, part of a heist, but they're also like found family. And I, like I've said, I love the found family elements in Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom because that's why you grow to love these characters so much, is that you feel like they are, you know, because they were really treated like shit by some of their parents. Like, some of their parents are assholes, or like there's a lot of like mental issues that are discussed in these books as well, like, you know, unaliving and mental illness. And there was another one. What was it? Oh, drug abuse. So that there's a lot of that she has a lot of um sensitivity towards talking about the topics, and it's just like so well written that like you really feel like for these characters' problems and what they're going through, as opposed to like Heartless Hunter, where it's like, I had such an abusive father and blah blah blah. And I feel like the problems just came out of nowhere, that I was just like, I don't really care. You know, not to say that they're not important things to talk about, but it's like I just felt like it just didn't really contribute anything to me towards it, because I really wasn't enjoying that book that much anyway. And I feel like that's like the most overhyped book this year that I just didn't like. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go read for a while now. Hopefully I can get a significant chunk more into this. This is probably going to be my only update until I finish it, because I wanted to tell you guys that I started it and I was going to make a halfway through this book update. I don't even know how long this video is at this point, but I'm probably going to end this video with this book, because I'm probably going to start a new continuing series. I'm in the middle of vlog when I read Games Untold, and the second book in the Thursday Murder Club series, and then probably just when I'm in the middle of other series throughout January, because I also want to read the King of Scars duology in January. Like, I want more Grishaverse, and I would like to continue the series in January because I'm loving it. And I feel like if I read those in January, then that'll be perfect, because then I don't have to worry about them for like the rest of the year. And also, I just want more Leigh Bardugo's writing, because I think she's an incredible writer. So, and like I said, I feel like these books are so worth the hype. So I will check back in with you guys later when I finish this book, hopefully. So bye. Okay, so hey there guys. I just wanted to let you guys know that I did finish the second book in the Six of Crows duology. I literally just finished it right now. Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. Really, really loved this as well. I gave it a 5 stars because even though I didn't love this one as much as the first one, for me, I kind of rate duologies as just like one giant book at this point. It's like you kind of just need like the whole story of both books in order for me to rate them. Like, trilogies are a little different because you have like a little bit more time to like flesh out the story, but oh my god, these are just incredibly written. She is a fantastic author, and the banter in here is hysterical. The storytelling, the world building, the action, the romance, the magic, everything is just so good. And what I really love about the endings of her books, well, so far in the Six of Crows duology, is that she always ends it with the villain's perspective. And I think that is so fucking cool. Like, I've never really read a fantasy series that does that. Usually it's kind of like an epilogue from the villain's perspective, and it's so crazy to like. And I think that's what makes these books like on another level as to like, you know, other fantasy books that I've read, even though I've read some incredibly good fantasy series this year. I mean, hello, I read Throne of Glass. I loved that so much. But it's just, you get so lost in these stories, even though I read a shit ton of this today. I actually did finish it in the audiobook form because I had read 335 pages before I got the audiobook. I remember in the last clip, I had just said, I wish I had the audiobook. And then literally like a half hour after that, my Audible billing went through, like the billing for the month. So then I just got my Audible credit like literally right after that. Because I paid my monthly payment. Because it had come out of my account, and I was like, yes. So I was like so excited. I was doing my Larry Reed's cheer because she goes like, yeah, yeah. So I was just like, yeah. So I was so happy that I got the audiobook, and the audiobook was so fucking good. It reminded me of Five Broken Blades, and I guess Five Broken Blades was inspired by this because it's told by like five different characters' perspective and they're all different voices. So I'm like, I want the audiobook so badly because then I can hear everybody's voices and put a voice to the characters. And I definitely think that most of the voices in this duology are famous. So it was incredible listening to it for the last like 2 hours. But I had gotten pretty far in this today. I mean, I think I still read 100 pages physically today, but I just didn't feel like reading the physical book after this, and also I'm a little high. But also, I just really just wanted to finish the audiobook because it was just so incredible. I literally just like edited a video and watched like two videos on YouTube on mute as I was finishing it. And it's just so good. The duology as a whole is definitely a 5 star, and I just enjoyed these both so much. What? Oh my god. Also, why didn't I say this as the first thing in this video clip? In this clip, I mean, can I even speak? So this is officially the last book that I finished in the year of 2024. I read, you're not going to be ready for this number. I read 188 books. Can you believe that? Oh my god, I'm not going to get emotional. But guys, I cannot believe how many books I read. Probably if we hadn't read the entire Throne of Glass series, we probably could have read 200 books this year. Isn't that insane? I mean, granted, I didn't read all of them physically and all of them on Kindle. Like some of them were audiobooks and some of them were short stories, but still, no matter, I don't care what anybody says. No matter what way you consume a book, you are consuming it in the way that you want to consume it, in the way you want to enjoy it, the way you want to read it. So, like, people can shut the fuck up when they say audiobooks aren't reading. No, literally, I was just the type of person that didn't think that I would enjoy audiobooks because I'm like, how do you do? I was just like very confused by them. I never like wrote them off completely. I was just like, I don't think they're for me because I'm like, wouldn't I need to like fully immerse myself in reading the book? Like, I didn't even believe in like reading on a Kindle. And then I was like, when my mom gave me her Kindle, I'm like, I used it so much. So anyway, I don't want to go on like a super long tangent, but it's just like crazy to me that like audiobooks have, oh my god, excuse me, have brought such a new life to like, especially like fantasy books or romance books or thriller books, everything. It's just like such a way of like completely immersing yourself in the world and kind of like basically forming like your own kind of radio show or like movie in your head on like what the characters would sound like. It just like helps create such like a visual for yourself in your brain on like what's going on and like how much you can, and then like like I said, it really helps the world building and to fully immerse yourself in the worlds and universes of these fantasy books. Oh, it was just so good. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It was so good. So yeah, fantastic duology. What a way to end the year. I cannot believe that I finished both of them. I wasn't sure if I was going to have to finish it tomorrow afternoon because I was just going to listen to the audiobook then while I was getting ready and stuff. I was going to read like a little bit more obviously before I got ready to go out for New Year's, but I just didn't want to have the pressure of trying to finish this before I went out for New Year's Eve. So I'm like, let me just finish it now. And also because I really just wanted to finish it now anyway, because like I wanted to know how it ended. It was just so good. Oh, these were so good. I loved them. So I think I am going to continue the Grishaverse in January, and I'm going to read the King of Scars duology because I am dying to get to it now. I'm probably just gonna take a break for like a week or two and like honestly read like the rest of my December TBR that I wasn't able to get to. There's still two other books that I need to put on the December TBR. I mean, from the December TBR onto January's because I haven't read those two books either and I'm still putting them off. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that this is probably the last book that I'm going to read in this video. I have so many freaking reading videos to post in 2025. I would like to get this video edited and put up as well, but I don't know how much time I'm going to have to edit tomorrow, and I don't really feel like editing right now. I just want to watch YouTube because I'm high. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So we read 4 books in this video. We read Vengeance of the Pirate Queen. We read Foxglove. We read The Kiss Curse and Crooked Kingdom. I didn't read Games Untold or The Man Who Died Twice, but honestly, I think 4 books is a pretty good number to end this video on. So, I would say out of the 4 that I mentioned, I would say Crooked Kingdom is my favorite book out of the 4. Even though, again, I really did love the first one. I loved the first one so much. I don't know why I thought like something were missing from this one, but honestly, it's definitely number 1. Why am I going backwards? I don't know. Okay, so let's go from 4 to 1. Obviously, you know what number 1 is already. So number 4 would be The Kiss Curse, because obviously it's not really on the same level as the other 3 books that I read. And I gave that, I think, a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was still a fun, entertaining time. None of these books were bad. None of them were bad. And then number 3 would be Vengeance of the Pirate Queen. I still enjoyed this trilogy so much. It's a little bit young for me though, but as far as like a super fast-paced, quick, entertaining, fun trilogy, this is great. I highly recommend this this trilogy. I gave that one, I think I gave all of them in the series a 4.5. So I really enjoyed that series a lot. And by Jennifer, no, Trisha Levenseller, not Jennifer L. Armentrout, excuse me. And then number 2 would be Foxglove by Adalyn Grace. I really, really did enjoy this sequel a lot. I am so obsessed with the characters in this world, and that's why Foxglove is a little bit higher than Daughter of the Pirate King. I still enjoyed both series so much, and I can't believe I read fucking 4 series this month. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna read The Nightingale. I'm just gonna read Six of Crows. Because I'm like, I still cried in Six of Crows. Like, it was still emotionally devastating. I didn't really cry in Crooked Kingdom, though, probably just because I was listening to the audiobook. I cried a little bit when a death of a certain character happened. But I don't know if they come back in King of Scars, because I kind of saw that, like, it was from this character's perspective, so I'm not really sure. If you've read the books, you know, so just let me know if I'm wrong or not. So yeah, number 2 is definitely Foxglove, because I'm obsessed with Death and Cygna's romance. I'm obsessed with all the characters in this book. It's just so much fun. such an entertaining, bingeable, fun time where Bridgerton meets death pretty much. And I loved this series. It was just so much fun. And then number one, like I said, is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo because obviously Six of Crows is on a whole nother level compared to these other series. But I honestly enjoyed these three series, one, two, and three, so much. They were just so much fun. And honestly, weren't any 5 stars until Six of Crows. But honestly, I would reread these again. I would recommend these to anyone who wants to read a very bingeable, easy series. Definitely Daughter of the Pirate King and Belladonna. Belladonna is more upper YA. It was so much fun. So yeah, Crooked Kingdom, definitely 5 stars. You guys just heard my reactions and my thoughts about Crooked Kingdom. So yeah, that's it. So this video is over. I think I started it like literally like the first week of December. And of course, this was the only vlog that I filmed throughout the entire month of December. So that's interesting. I just realized that. Because you just have to like be in the mood for series. But honestly, I read a lot of standalone books that I was really excited for as well. I mean, I did read quite a bit of Christmas reads, so that took up quite a bit of time. But I still read like quite a bit of books that I've been wanting to get to for a while. So I think that this December TBR month was so successful. Like, this was probably my best reading month of the entire year because I read 22 books. I listened to 3 audiobooks and I did read a short story. So technically I read like 18 books, but still, 18 books, that's a lot. Because I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 physical books and 3 Kindle reads. And a short story on Kindle. And 3 audiobooks, so that's 22 books. That's craziness. So yeah, I had a great reading year. I had a great reading month. I had such a great time with these series. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't even know how long this video is at this point. So please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at CW819 and check out my Poshmark at the same handle. And I hope you guys have a very happy new year because it's probably going to be the last video that I post this year. Hopefully I'll be able to get it up on New Year's Eve. Even though I'm already posting. Actually, no, I'm already posting a video on New Year's Eve. I just uploaded it. So this video will hopefully go up like the first day of January. January 1st. Duh. And then I have to film my TBR at some point. I don't even know when I'm going to film it. I might be able to film my December wrap up before I get ready for New Year's tomorrow. Like while I'm getting ready for New Year's. I might just film that. But it's going to be a long one because I read fucking 22 books. So that's it. I'm going to go. Bye. Keep reading.